yeah,
very
like,
few.
I'm Team Indica. I'm kind of like, it's like, it doesn't really happen.
Right. I'm team Granddaddy Perp over here.
Right.
You know?
There you go.
Right. When was the first time that you realized that you wanted to get into the cannabis industry?
I had like, so like 5 years ago probably, more or less. I was writing about hedge funds, insider trading, family offices, boring financial stuff, but making a very decent living, especially for an Argentinian just traveling the world, making US dollars. And one day an editor asked me, hey, do you want to write an article about cannabis stocks? And I was, dubious as to should I, risk my career. Remember, again, it was several years ago when it was not like a thing at all. And I went for it, and as soon as I published that first article, I started getting calls. Hey, we saw your article. This is great. Like, mainstream media. Let's here's some data. Here's some. So it's like, when I realized that when someone like proposed, told me, hey, we're gonna pay you to write about weed. Like, is that a thing? Like, for real? Like, yeah, weed and cannabis and finance, whatever. But it's like, someone was willing to pay me to talk cannabis and then write about it. Like, it's surreal.
Were you already involved in the culture, if you know what I mean?
This is by no means an apology to underage consumption, but yeah, since high school.
I get it.
I mean, it was public school, it was very much a part of the culture. Not in a bad way at all. It was not like all the time there, but
it was a social thing.
Yeah.
I think for everyone when they first started, you started to see what it was about, to see who you were going to connect with. Like, it opened up a whole new friend group. It opened up a whole new door of, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can be a little bad, but I know I'm. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. I thought that was the biggest thing with when it came to smoking weed. I'm like, am I gonna get in trouble?
I mean, the first time, I don't know if we should leave it or not. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure out what we're gonna do.
First time I tried it was in the bathroom at a quinceañera party.
See?
And it was like, we have like one, like toothpick of joint. Like, the first one takes a puff and goes like, ooh, fruit cocktail. I'm like, okay.
That's so fun. Yeah, I think my first smoke story, I didn't even inhale right. It was bad. I didn't do it right. I know I didn't do it right. I was like, okay, what is this? I was scared. I had no idea what to do, and I'm pretty sure I did not inhale. I don't think I even got high. I just did it.
I definitely still remember it was my senior year of high school. It was the spring. Okay, I went through all of
Right?
No, seriously. but really though, yes.
The famous late bloomer.
I know. I really am. I was with my buddy Ben, Travis, and Russell, and we were in Travis's backyard, and they were passing the bowl around, and I go, all right, I'll try it, fine. I took a rip. I didn't know what to expect, and it went down a little bit harsher than I thought, and I blew into the bowl. And the weed.
Yep.
And it was not abundant back then.
No, it wasn't
like,
abundant.
It's okay, you lost some weed.
Right. No, it was Jeff.
It was
what are you
like,
doing? And now it was like, okay, well now we need to go on our hands and knees and find these little buds, put them back in the bowl.
Yeah,
so I was
real.
I was the real friend that
That's
day.
real.
That's for sure.
That's real.
I like that question. I always like, I love that my job is serious. I love, I usually wear a suit and go to these like financial events and NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange traded companies. Like, but then I have I take advantage of the fact that I can publish on Forbes or High Times or all these big names and just like leverage that to get fun celebrity interviews.
Yeah.
Whether it's Be Real or Twista or
You were talking to Kelvin Johnson the other day.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, Detroit people
How cool is that?
Bizarre is one like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
always, comes to mind. Like, it's just like, I'm trying to complete the D12, to be honest.
That'd be sweet.
Who haven't you talked to? I have people. We can get you in contact.
I would love to.
You want to talk to Bizarre?
Yeah, Bizarre, I know.
Bizarre, you know who
Yeah,
else?
but
You want all of D12?
Yeah, but
All
just
right.
a fun thing.
Dude, that's what I do. Like we can get that
And
wrong.
you always ask them, like, what's the best joint you've ever smoked? And usually, like, how did you get into it? And they always, like, tell you the story of the first one and then the best one. And one of my favorites was Twisters. I don't remember why, but it involved Young Cole in a parking lot. And I was like, yep, that one is good. Burner told me a good one as well, you know.
Burner. Let's talk about Burner.
Just
Please.
inform me of who this person was.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to say it on camera.
Yeah,
I
you-
found out when someone offered to interview him, and I'm like, okay, I guess I checked, and he had like a couple million followers, and people were like, he's a big deal.
Yeah. But
I had
you
the
don't
same
really
issue
know
with 2
how-
Chainz. He's playing this weekend at the Cannabis Cup, and I'm like,
Yeah, he's a big.
you know, and I go like, well, I think I should interview him. And people are like, he's a big deal. I thought he
Yeah.
was a young trapper, by the way, like, and like little something, you know, one of these little whatevers.
Right.
He is not. He's an adult.
Mhm.
Okay, like,
He's like,
you used to have a different name back then.
Yep, it was Titty Boy.
And a thing or something like that.
Yeah,
like.
it's real. You should ask him about it. No, but so Burner is honestly a cannabis entrepreneur, like one of the
He's a
biggest
businessman.
one of the biggest businessmen. Like seriously, I just showed you his clip of those vending machines that he has
Yeah.
at the outside.
That's
at one of the,
revolutionary.
the
That's
concert
super cool.
halls. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? That is literally the way that we're going now. And Michigan has that potential. You know, there are a lot of people that, and I'm pretty sure Burner's on his way here too, because he wants to do his own dispensary here. So it's like there's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of good business moves getting made, and there's a lot of more money coming into here now that it's an open market, and that's so big for our community, for our, honestly, the connection of cannabis itself. Now that people are a little bit more receptive to it, now that people are eliminating the stigma behind it and starting to support in an economic way, I feel like we're starting to make such a huge ground, and it's going to change for the better no matter what. Now we're looking into hemp textiles, we're looking into to making clothing out of it and all of that stuff.
Have you
That's
seen
crazy.
the recent ad? So
Shoot me with some facts. I want some
A
facts.
few months, I was going to show you with some other facts, but I'll go back to it. But
All right,
a few
go
months ago, a friend of mine brings up this company. She goes like, these guys are making amazing hemp textiles. They're like on hotels and like Soho House, like premium hotels. And I go like, hemp textiles, like I've seen them. They're cool. They're very eco-friendly, but don't tell me they're nice. They look like a bag of potatoes.
Right.
Oh no, this is like hemp silk.
Wow.
It's full
Crazy.
It's
Crazy. And the other thing is like money is coming in. Like you read the media, and for instance, I think this year we're like $14 billion into investments in the cannabis industry. Like there's been $14 billion invested into cannabis companies, and we're like, wow, and
which
it is
now
crazy.
is 25 million.
But like, what's 14 billion in the grand scheme of things? Nothing. The other day I heard like General Motors made a $500 billion acquisition. It's like, yeah,
Right.
there's a lot of money, but you know, there's a lot more coming, and that's like the event we're having Thursday here. It's about that, like all these, you know, San Francisco and LA and New York and Canada-based investment funds and publicly traded companies coming to scout the market, see, you know, who's operating here, who's ready for the recreational rollout.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, well, that's interesting because, like, you know, you're saying that this is just the beginning potential. You know, there's such a long way to go in that regard, even though there's tons of money in the pot already. And that reminds me sort of about how it's still speculative, but how cryptocurrency is. And how,
There's a big difference.
Is there a connection though
There
between
is,
those industries?
in a certain way. I really do not like the comparison.
Okay.
Like, I have no issue with you here, but
Yeah,
like, I'm
no.
just saying, like, I do not like it because there's one thing that is very different in Canada as well. A few, but like when